Okay, in this video, we're talking about antisocial culture and how that shit is a cancer to society. Something that's eating away at society itself and shaping how the world is going to be in the next few years. And it's the antisocial crew, club, whatever. And when I say antisocial, I don't mean just people that like to be alone every now and then on their phone. I'm talking about the mentality that's growing around, like avoiding human connection, interaction, ditching communication, and checking out of real life. If you really just take the time to look around, it's becoming like this cancer that's spreading in our society. Like, everywhere you look, people are more disconnected than ever. The irony in that is that everybody's connected on social media. Like you've seen it. People strolling through their phones and they're not actually engaged. They can be right next to each other. They get real wrapped up in the digital world. Some people don't even know how to make eye contact with people without freezing up. To me, that is very unhealthy. I'm a person that don't talk much to people, but I know how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? It's a skill I have worked on through my whole life. Growing up, I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't like talking to people. But you learn that conversation helps you build connections, and connections are one of the most important things you can have in life. You might not have the qualifications for one thing, but if you know how to talk to a person, they might help you get that. You know what I'm saying? So, connections kind of rule the world. Sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I don't know if you ever heard that, but my mom would tell me that. We're losing the basic building blocks of what it means to be human, because everybody want to be virtual. People rather have a tough conversation through text messages or over a phone than to have it face to face. Even though no punches may be thrown, bullets may be thrown, whatever, hopefully not, but it don't even gotta be nothing that'll be intense. They just are scared. People try to avoid, that's not the word I was really looking for, but avoid is another great substitute. People try to avoid those situations at all costs because they don't really know how to deal with that stuff in person. And I think that comes with not having enough practice dealing with people in the real world and learning how to keep a calm, empty mind. Some people want to say it as like, well, I just want to protect my peace. But there's a difference between healthy boundaries and being emotionally absent. If you're constantly avoiding people, constantly staying in your bubble, eventually that bubble will start to like suffocate your ass. To really help it, first we need to like recognize it. You can start by when you talk to people, start making eye contact, ask questions. You gotta engage and like actually listen. Like, there's a difference between hearing somebody and listening to somebody. You can hear a song go off in the background and just like but if you're actually listening to it, you can be like, oh, this sound is from this, that, you know what I'm saying? And when you actually listen to somebody as well, don't just sit there and waiting to get your turn to talk. It's kind of difficult. Sometimes I still do that myself, but you gotta learn to just listen. I'm not saying to keep a clear mind, because when somebody talking to you, it's kind of hard to do so. Because even when some people talk to you, I know they probably be throwing 1,000 different scenarios or questions at you, and you probably be trying to figure out question 1 while they on question 20 or whatever, how they talk. Some people just be rambling. If you really want to connect with somebody, it really requires you to be vulnerable sometimes. That means you have to step out of your comfort zone, risking being in an awkward position. Long story short, anti-social culture isn't going to fix itself. It's up to us. It's up to you, me, everybody in this motherfucker. We gotta change the way we approach things, connections. People just see social media and stuff as a convenience, but I mean, sometimes you gotta just go around that, you know? Social media is a great thing, but you still gotta get that real life one-on-one connection. Because the one-on-one real life stuff is irreplaceable. If you don't start being more intentional, we would just keep feeding the cancer of isolation.
Niggas know I got a couple $100 on me. Nigga tryna kick it, but he don't got the $100 on it. He ain't got the legs. I don't gotta ask, I don't gotta beg. I came to her house, she don't gotta beg.